So I think last night created a lot of confusion for many people. In fact, I see a lot of comments posting misinformation, and we're going to clear a lot of that up in this video. And the biggest thing that people need to understand is that there will be more to come. This is just the beginning. So we're going to talk about how this all relates to this crypto strategic reserve that was signed via executive order last night, because yes, this is in fact good for ADA and the crypto market. And ADA is in fact on the verge of a potential breakout here as the day goes on. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So just looking at ADA's structure in general, we've been fighting this resistance since all the way back on Wednesday. It keeps wanting to break to the upside, break to the upside, break to the upside. A lot of excitement surrounding ADA right now. And although we got the drop in the crypto market last night, which as soon as that crypto executive order was even signed, before people even saw what it was, the market dumped. Everybody freaked out and decided to dump their assets. And you know what? People can do what they want, because guess what? ADA's bouncing back. It stacked a lot of green candles together as the night went on. And now ADA's on the verge of a potential breakout. And remember, today is some pretty big things for the crypto market. First of all, jobs report. Jobs report has the potential to be a nice bullish catalyst for the market. It has the last 4 times. And now that actually these long positions have been cleared to the downside with that massive wick we experienced to the downside last night, we have a much higher chance, I think, of pumping to the upside than dumping to the downside. I'm not saying that that's the way it's going to go. We still need a good jobs report, but that's kind of the setup we have now. And frankly, if ADA can break 90 cents, we're in good shape. If we can get up to 93, 94 cents, we are in great shape. And understand that even following that, we again have the crypto summit. Like I talked about on Sunday, all eyes are on Friday. It's Friday. Today's the big day for the crypto market, where we could see some nice movement, some volatility. Rah, exciting, right? And they're still going to be talking about some pretty big things at this crypto summit. Now, BTC in general, still in the top section of this descending wedge. Obviously, its top wedge here is the more bullish side of this, and it's still holding even after the wick down last night. And right now, if BTC can continue to show strength here, we have the potential that by later this coming week, we may in fact see a breakout to the upside. It could happen before that, understand that. And when BTC does start moving, we're probably going to see the entire market get a little bit lively, a lot of exciting things, exciting, right? So here's the thing. I know the biggest thing people want to talk about is obviously this crypto strategic reserve that was signed via executive order last night. And I think people, before you comment, you need to just listen, all right? Because there's a lot of people posting wrong information. So the establishment of the strategic Bitcoin reserve and United States digital asset stockpile. So first of all, what this is the basically hoarding of assets that have already been accumulated by the government, whether it's from asset forfeiture, criminal activity, whatever it may be. Basically, they're referring to this big wallet, this $18 billion wallet that has Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, and a bunch of different assets in smaller quantities in here. And you might notice that when you look at this wallet, it lacks some certain assets, and that's raised some of these questions, right? This was actually what Dom said. So the question is here, what was this all about? You come out on Sunday morning and say the U.S. is creating a crypto strategic reserve of 3 altcoins and not mention Bitcoin. Then an hour later, you say Bitcoin and Ethereum will be at the heart of it. 4 days later, you say establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve, establish a digital asset stockpile consisting of only assets acquired through prosecution. So it doesn't add up. When did the government hold these assets and blah, 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 blah. And you know what? He's right. Government hasn't held those assets, not in this wallet. So what does it all mean? So first of all, let's clear up this big misconception that the government will not be adding anything, that they will not be accumulating. It's a flat out lie, okay? It's in the executive order. Read the executive order, people, okay? The Secretary of the Treasury and Secretary of Commerce shall develop strategies for acquiring additional government BTC, provided that such strategies are budget neutral and do not impose incremental costs on the United States taxpayers. So yes, they are evaluating ways to accumulate Bitcoin. All right. So first of all, stop with they're not even adding Bitcoin and they're just holding. It's not true. Okay. Second of all, however, the United States government shall not acquire additional stockpile assets other than in connection with criminal or civil asset forfeiture proceedings or in satisfaction of any civil money penalty imposed by the agency. All right. So this is where people stop reading. Read the rest without further executive or legislative action. That's your little hint about what is coming. So here's the thing. There's a process to this. Okay. This is the first executive order signed surrounding a digital asset stockpile. And I hope people are realizing what the government's doing. And what they did was they just forced the hand of all the other countries in the world. Okay. We had some discussions in yesterday's latter video surrounding full throttle, right? And the US government just went full throttle because what they did was they just forced China to make a decision. They forced all these other countries around the world to make decisions on Bitcoin reserve, yay or nay. In fact, there are some rumblings that China is about to be fast tracking their own. Go figure. Okay. Now, that's actually step 2. So develop Bitcoin reserve, step 1. Other countries follow step 2. Now, here's where things get a little bit interesting. Obviously, they're trying to find ways to acquire BTC, and I guess most of what follows here is via Congress. Now, why is this so important? Well, if you guys remember, executive orders can be terminated by the following president. All right. Not saying that's what's going to happen, but if you get something through Congress that is passed into law, that is a bill that is put into place, you need basically Congress to remove that or repeal that. So if you can then get it to the point where Congress has approved the accumulation of assets for this digital asset stockpile, that's a pretty big deal. All right. Now, here's what comes next. You start with Bitcoin, you move to the smaller assets. And I don't know why people aren't putting the two and why they're not putting 2 and 2 together. Because guys, what came first when it came to institutional players? What came first when it came to spot ETFs? Bitcoin. What started to come following that? Other assets, Ethereum. Gosh, even there's an ADA, a spot ETF that is pending approval right now, right? That has been proposed by Grayscale. Guys, this isn't an uncommon thing. It is a process. We have to let these things play out, okay? We talked about this not being a moment where the government's like, hey, we're going to buy a crap ton of BTC and other assets. We're not going to just, do that and send the bags to the moon. It's going to take time, right? And even getting this out is in fact going to take time. Now, the rumblings as well they are in fact discussing these 4 other assets outside of BTC at this crypto summit. That is recent rumblings from actual attendees. Okay. And in fact, I don't know if it's still up here, right there. Besides Bitcoin, 4 other coins may be under consideration for the US strategic reserve. Nothing is confirmed yet, right? Guys, this is step 1. We are still in step 1. We have just seen the first executive order signed. You don't think that there's more that can come? You don't think it's coincidental that, ADA and Sol and XRP are not in this wallet? Why would they do that? Let's piece it all together here. And secondly, let's just piece it all together that this is bullish nonetheless, right? Even if there's nothing that comes from, ADA or XRP or Sol or Ethereum when it comes to the strategic reserve, I want you guys to think about this. Okay. Remember the impact last summer that the German government had selling on the charts. Okay. This was July 3rd, July 4th. They dumped it on Independence Day, go figure. And we saw a massive drop in the crypto market. We actually saw ADA drop from all the way up to about 42 cents, all the way down to 31 cents. We saw BTC bleed pretty considerably during that time as well, right? It was actually this wick down here. BTC dropped from 64K all the way down to 53K. And this was because the German government was selling. The government just told you they're not dumping $17 billion worth of BTC. Bullish. You have to be patient. You have to give it time. We're going through a radical change in the crypto industry. Guys, this is what we've been waiting for. This is something that has been years in discussion and is now coming to light. Don't be surprised if it takes a little bit of time to get this implemented. Don't be surprised if you start seeing similar rumblings surrounding strategic ways to accumulate a lot of these altcoins. And guys, it's not going to stop at Solana, XRP, ADA. The US wants to be the crypto capital of the world. It will be assets outside of that, assets that are actually doing a great thing from a technological aspect, probably real world asset stuff as well. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. So stop freaking out. Stop complaining. This is a process. Most people were complaining that Trump didn't do something in his first, day in office. And now we're complaining because it's not exactly what we expected. There is a process. Trust the process. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.